It's the Lanky Gamer. My name is Mick Wood and welcome to my first how to play video for a game called Lost My Mummy. It's a two-player set collection card game designed by David Gumbrell and self-published by Lost My Games. The game is real easy to play and is therefore suitable for people new to the hobby, for young children, sort of 7 or 8 years and upwards. And it lasts about 20 minutes or so. Let me say right up front, I was sent a free copy of the game. I promise that won't influence my thoughts, but I could just say I've already bought 2 more copies of it. Essentially, you are racing your opponent to find 3 lost mummies, and to do that you need to collect amulets or clues. They are cards, and in the basic game, which we're going to be showing on the video, we have to find 3 amulets for each of the 3 lost mummies. The interesting thing about this game is that it's not necessarily the first person who finds their mummies who wins the game. There are bonus cards, penalty cards and so on, extra brooches which are bonus points, and so finishing the game only stops the actual card play, but then we have to count up the points and so on. It's really good. I was drawn to this particular game because I love the theme of Egypt, Egyptology, the mummies, pharaohs, pyramids and all that stuff. I love the theme so much I actually taught myself hieroglyphics when I was younger, although I've forgotten most of it. And just a couple of weeks ago there was a story in the news that a 4,400 year tomb had been found, and it believed to be linked to royalty, and the priestess whose tomb it was called Het-Pet. So it's still in the news all these thousands of years later. Fascinating subject. If you like the subject and you enjoy reading, I can also recommend a series by Wilbur Smith. It's the Ancient Egypt series, and I can only say it's superb. Anyway, in this game, 2 players will compete to find amulets or clues about some missing mummies. The designer, David, told me that he got the original idea for the game when he saw some posters. He saw some posters on lampposts and notice boards of people saying they'd lost their dog or lost their cat or something like that. So inspiration for games takes many forms. In the summary at the end, I'll be giving you a chance to win your very own copy of the game, as well as a few thoughts of my own. So now it's on with the game, and I'll see you at the end for my final thoughts. So here we are set up for a 2-player game. Player 1 is collecting the yellow, pink and orange mummies, and for that he needs a number of amulets dependent on how many points we are looking for, and in this demo game we're just looking for 50. Enough amulets to claim 50 points or 50 rings of gold. And to do that we need 3 amulets of the correct colour. And you can see that each card says that there is a reward offered if found, and when you find the correct number of amulets you flip the card over and that gives you the number of points. There are points in the deck which will allow you to double the points by blessing the mummy, and others that allow you to curse your opponent's mummy. At the end of the game, the most points wins, but that is not necessarily the first person to finish. It's based purely on points, so with the requisite number of doubles and curses and so on, you might not finish but still have enough points. We have this glass pebble because at the end of the game there is a tiebreaker. The person who found the first mummy wins ties, and as my memory is not as good as it used to be, I simply mark the first one with this pebble, It's lapis lazuli coloured. So we use that to separate in the event of a tie break. At the beginning of the game we always start with a blue dice, so I roll the blue, and you can immediately see that we have the Eye of Horus. So player 1 misses a turn. 3 for player 2, so we can flip these over, 1, 2 and 3, and you can see we have a yellow one which is no good for player 2, a black one, amulet which would potentially fit there, and a Pharaoh's brooch. And these are bonus points which are available. There is only 2 Pharaoh's brooches in the deck, and each one consists of 2 cards. This particular one requires a left and right, and we found the right hand side. So I'm going to take that for player 2, and the other 2 I discarded. The discard deck is called the Sand, and some cards allow you to go searching in the sand to find another card. So player 2, by taking this brooch, gives himself a chance of getting the 50-point bonus, but also prevents player 1 from getting that opportunity. Player 1 this time has a 3, yellow amulet, an orange amulet, and a blessed tomb. Now the blessed tomb I can play above one of the 3 mummies that I'm looking for, and it will double the points, so 50 becomes 100 and so on. It's a bit early to be playing these, I think, because there are also cursed tombs which cancel out the blessings, and they tend to get played. So for now I'm going to collect a yellow amulet, the first of the 3 that I require to find the yellow mummy. Okay, player 2 has got the Eye of Horus, so that's no good. Back to player 1, he's got a 4 this time. A cursed tomb, Pharaoh's brooch, a pink and a black. So this Pharaoh's brooch, you can see, is slightly different to the other one. This is a top and bottom, this one is a left and right, and player 1 is going to take the top and bottom brooch to give himself a potential chance of 50 points. Okay, player 2 gets a 4. Search in the sand, blue, orange, search in the sand. So at this moment in time there's no point really searching. I've got a card that I can use, so that will go there. But I'll put it under, like so. Back to player 1. He's got a 3. And we found the other half of the brooch. So this is really fairly straightforward. This brooch has now been found and is worth 50 points to player 1 at the end of the game, in addition to any other points that he will collect. Of course, when I say he, it applies to he, she. To avoid repetition, I will just say he. Player 2. 5. So there's a cursed tomb, yellow, orange, which are no good, 4 and 5. So 3 of these 5 cards are no good. And we have an opportunity now to curse player 1 by placing this above one of the opponent's mummies, or play a blessed one against one of mine, for player 2's. At this point I'm going to play the curse above there. Player 1 has a 3. 1, 2 and 3. So you know, searching the sand, I can go looking in the deck. The blue one is no good. But what I've found the first time is the swap of dice. And this is a really good card, we're going to play it. So, player 1 can swap the blue dice that he's using, which goes from 3 up to 5. And he can swap it for the green one, which goes from 4 to 6. And the more cards, obviously, the more choice you have when you're selecting a card. Or he can play swap the blue for red and give red to player 2, which means he only has a 1, 2 or a 3. And that's what he's going to do. So player 2 now has to use the red dice. And he gets a 1. Obviously the choice is now much limited, but he's also got swap of dice. So the options, he can swap the red 1 with the green, which is exactly what he's going to do. He could have swapped the blue with the green, which would have benefited his opponent, which is a silly thing to do. So now it's player 1. He's got the Eye of Horse. Back to player 2, now using the green dice, and he's got a 4. Last turn, a blue one. Forgot to discard that card. Black, which is good, and black again. So I think we will play black to start another set. So player 1 has got a 5. A yellow, a double take, a double take, double take, wow, and blue. So blue's no good. Yellow could be placed on there. The double take is a card which allows the player to, instead of taking 1 card per turn, to take 2. So he's going to save that card, and at some opportune moment we'll be able to take 2 cards. Player 2 now using the green dice has got a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, those 4 are no use because they're all of the colours of player 1. But he's found the other half of the brooch, which fits there beautifully. So that's really an easy decision for player 2. He also now has a 50-point bonus, effectively cancelling out player 1. Player 1 now gets a 4. Cursed team, swap a dice, pink and blue. So player 1 could swap the dice, the red one for the green one for his opponent. He could curse one of the tombs, or he could simply play, say, the pink against that. What he's actually going to do is play the swap a dice and force player 2 to use the red dice instead of the green one. Searching the sand and blue. Searching the sand, he's going to play the blue, getting closer to completing the search for the lost mummy. 3, player 1, double take, swap a dice, and blue. Well, there's not really a lot of benefit. You could swap the blue for the green. Blue's decent, but I'm going to keep another double take, so although I can only play one at once on 1 turn, I've now got 2 opportunities to play a double, which may be very useful later. Player 2 has got the Eye of Horus, so he misses a turn. Player 1's got 4. There's only 2 in the deck, so we need to shuffle the discard pile, or the sand as it's known. Those 2 are already going to go straight in the sand because they're no use. And this is 3 and 4, and both of them are useful. So I'm going to play a double card, a double take, and collect both of those cards. Orange for there, and pink for there. Of course, you have to discard the double take card to do so. Player 2. 1, 2. So he's actually going to bless this tomb because we had a blessing and a curse. Gives me the potential to find one more of that particular colour to get 100 points instead of 50. That's quite handy. Player 1, it's got a 4. 2, 3 and 4. You can search in the sand, play a pink or an orange, and I think we'll simply play a pink. 2. Has got a 2. 1 and 2. Neither of those cards are useful because player 1 is collecting them, so player 2 effectively misses a turn. Player 1 again, it's a 5. Remember, he's still got the double take card. And what he's going to do is actually going to play the double take card. The first one he's going to do is play the blessing to remove the curse from that one. And the second one he's going to do is the search in the sand, because he's noticed on top there's a pink card which he wants, and that completes this mummy. He's found 3 amulets. You see the artwork on each of these cards is different, it's tremendous, really interesting. Particularly for children, you can explain what all the various pictures and symbols and so on mean. So player 1 has found the first mummy, and as I mentioned, I'm going to put the lapis lazuli jewel on that card as a reminder that it's the first of the found mummies. 2 for player 2. So you can play the blue one. Yellow's no good. Back to player 1. He's got the Eye of Horus, which is no good. 3 for player 2. Double take, black and pink. I think we'll take a black. Notice, because that mummy has been found now, there are no more cards can be played, or blessings or curses or pink amulets. That one is now complete. Player 1 has got the Eye of Horus again. Player 2 has a 2. Swap a dice and swap a dice. So guess what? It's going to swap the red for the green. Player 1 has got a 3. Excuse me. Okay, so player 1 can't use the blue or the turquoise, so he's got to use the blast tomb, and we'll put it on the yellow. Could easily snip it on the other, it's just 50-50 pot luck. Player 2, I've got a 6. Swap a dice. Search in the sand, swap a dice. Blue, which is useful. Search in the sand, and blue again. So I can see on the top the turquoise, which is what I would need to complete that mummy. Swapping a dice would penalise player 1 because I give him the red instead of blue. But I'm going to play Search in the Sand, take at the top card to complete that mummy with the blessing. That will be 50 double up to 100, which is great. So essentially 100 plus 50 for the Pharaoh against 50 and 50, which is 100. So player 2 technically is winning. Well, there's a bit to go yet. Eye of Horus again for player 1. Player 2 has got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, none of them are any use. None of them. Wow. Very unusual. Player 1 has got a 3. 1, 2, and 3. So we can't play the pink because that's complete. The black is not one of his. So he's forced to play the curse 2, and he's going to curse the black one, which is almost complete. That deck is completed as well, so we'll shuffle to restack the draw pile. And it's player 2, just been cursed, has got a 4. double take, pink, double take, and blue. So I think we'll take the blue. Trying now to see if we'll finish this game. 3. For player 1. Swap a dice. Search in the sand. And swap a dice. So he's going to actually swap the dice and make player 2 have the red one again. Player 2 getting close to finishing. Player 2 is getting close to finishing. So let's just slow down a little bit. 2 for player 2. Blue and blue. That completes this mummy. 3 amulets. So we flip that over. And that is another 50 points. Only the sets that we flipped over count as far as victory points are concerned. Player 1 has a 4. Search in the sand. Yellow. Orange. Swap dice. So he's going to play the yellow to try and complete this set as soon as possible. So player 2 needs 1 black amulet to complete the game. He scored a 1 on the dice. You can swap a dice. You'll swap for the green. Why not? Player 1 has got 3. Desperately needs yellow. There it is. Yellow it is. Which means this mummy has now been found. And also has the blessing on it, which would be 100. So it's actually getting very close now. Very close. Player 2 has got a 6. He's looking for the black amulet. There it is. He's got a black amulet. Completing the 3rd and final mummy. So that's the end of the game in terms of playing. We now want to count up the victory points. Starting with player 1, he's got 50 for the brooch, 50 for yellow, but it's blessed, so it's doubled, so that's 100 plus 50 is 150, and 50 for that is 200, nothing for orange. Player 2, 50 for the brooch, 100 for the blessing is 150, 50 for that one is 200, but 50 half 50 because it's cursed, so that's 25. So player 2 has got a total of 225. Player 1 has got 200, and so player 2 is the winner. So that's how you play Lost My Mummy. Join me for my final thoughts and for your opportunity to win a copy of the game. So I'll see you on the other side. Hi and welcome back to my final thoughts on Lost My Mummy. There's a surprising amount of strategy and tactics. It's such a simple game. The game has several different levels to increase the game time and potential complexity. And there's also a solitaire stroke solo option. For me, the best way to play this game by far is by using the Grand Vizier level. That's where you can choose a mixture of values. So you might have 1 at 50 and 2 at 100 or whatever. Each player though, the way I distribute them is each player is given all 3 cards for each colour. So they've got 9 cards and they have to choose 1 for each colour. I think that for me is a more interesting method of getting to the Grand Vizier level. So the strategy involved before the game has even started. Your opponent doesn't know when the game will end, as they don't know the different levels that you've chosen. I like the fact that the first player to find their 3 mummies doesn't necessarily win the game. Most points win, so you may choose, for example, 3 50s and finish the game soon, or you could aim for 3 of the 150s and hope that just even one of them might be enough to win the game. There's lots of permutations with the way you choose, and I like that in a game. I like the variables set up in a game. So that for me is definitely a bonus. When I was learning the game, I played against my niece, I've played against my daughter and also my granddaughter, and each one of them wanted to play it again as soon as the first game was finished, which I won the first game, but obviously I'm an amazing teacher, because in the second game for each of the 3 opponents they all absolutely battered me, and the 8-year-old absolutely loved it. I thought she might be a bit concerned if I was cursing her mummies or changing the dice, but not a bit of it. She loved it. So don't worry about 8-year-olds getting upset, although of course every child is different. Now there's one problem that I picked up, and that relates to the colours of the cards. If I just have a quick look in the pack while I'm talking and find some of the cards, but you can see, I'll put them on screen as well, but you can see that the blue, the blue, turquoise and the black, they're very similar. And the people who've got colour vision deficiency or colour blindness, you might prefer to say, they might find it difficult to identify which colour each of the cards is. And for me it's a really easy fix on this, because if each card was distinguished by colour and symbol, then it would just simply, the problem wouldn't agree, it would simply disappear. There wouldn't be a problem. So instead of collecting 3 black amulets, you could be collecting 3 black lions or 3 blue vultures or whatever. So you can use hieroglyphic signs to distinguish as well as the colours. So hopefully on a second printing of the game, I'm sure it will be printed again, that's something that the designers might consider. I also think a slight issue is in the fact that this game is going to get played a lot, and that's a good thing. But the cards may require sleeving. I tend to sleeve all my cards, but these are not a standard size. So the normal 63.5mm by, I think it's 88. These cards are smaller than that, which is okay I suppose, although they will be loose in the sleeve, but they wouldn't fit back in the box. So if that's something that needs perhaps thinking again on a future reprint. There are minor things. You don't sleeve your card, it's not an issue. If you don't have CVD, not an issue. Overall, this for me is an easy recommendation. I enjoyed the game. 3 generations of my family all loved it and wanted to play again. I will definitely play this with my wife and family and kids, and all sort of new gateway type gamers. Really easy game, great for the kids. The pictures on the cards, the artwork is fantastic, it's different on every card, so it'll be great to describe the cards to young children. So there's definitely an educational benefit to playing this game as well. I do recognise that the game might be a bit light for more experienced gamers, but of course they can play something else. But for your target players, this is fantastic. And you can win a copy, your very own copy of the game. Very simple. All you have to do is to subscribe to my new channel and leave a comment below the video saying you subscribed. If you're already a subscriber, you can still enter by just saying already subscribed in the comments. And I will pick a name randomly at the end of March 2018. If you're watching this video after March 2018, then I'm afraid the prize is gone, but you can buy the game direct from David Cumbrell at his website, and I'll put a link on the video and in the comments section below. So overall, my verdict, this game is superb. And until the next time, I'll see you.